Yeah, I mean, definitely surprised. Going into camp in Chicago wasn't anything we had expected, but I'm happy the way it worked out. A couple years back, coming out for the draft, this was a place that I had hoped to end up. So it's funny how things go and come full circle and join this great group of guys that they have put together. And I'm just happy to be a part of it and look forward to helping the best I can.
Were you actually in your dorm room at
Yeah.
camp there? Okay.
I had reported. Wednesday we had a report. So I was there, did my physical and all that, and then Wednesday night got the call that they were going to try to work something out. And Thursday, a couple hours later, obviously things were able to work out for me and get me over here. And, I haven't really missed a beat, so it's been awesome.
Why do you feel this would be a good fit for you here in Stroh?
I just think the history of this offense with Coach Chud and what they're trying to do, for the tight end position, I feel like fits me real well. Guys like Shockey and that they brought in, there's a reason for that they brought him in a while back to, have a guy up in space and be able to run and catch the ball and create some mismatches. With guys like Steve Smith back there on the outside and D'Angelo and Stewart on the backfield, you're going to have to, there's a lot of guys now you're going to have to account for. So, I'm excited to get back out there and practice as hopefully all this gets sorted out and we can get back out there sooner than later. And I'm excited about what we can do.
Did you ever become frustrated about your role in Chicago, particularly the last year when Marks took over for Ron Turner?
It definitely was tough. In the past, I was, one of the focal points of the offense in the passing game. And last year just changed of philosophy, kind of changed that a little bit. But, I feel like it got me as a better player. We did a lot more stuff, in the run blocking, pass protection, playing fullback in the backfield. So it expanded my game a lot more than what I had in the past. So as a football player, I think it made me better. But, there's definitely things that I feel like, are my strengths that I feel like I'll be able to do here.
Are you hoping to do some of the things you did under Ron Turner where he spread you out and caused mismatches with defensive backs and things of that nature?
Yeah, we'll see. I think that's part of the offense. It's still early. We got a long way to go, a lot of install. It's kind of a catch-up game for everybody involved. So we hope down the line, I'm sure that's part of the plan. You look out in San Diego, what the tight ends were able to do out there. It's pretty well documented. So we hope that can be us as a unit. We have a great group of guys that they brought into camp. So we feel like our position has a chance to be pretty strong.
Talk about helping a young quarterback, Cam Newton or Jimmy Clausen, either one. They say young quarterback's best friend can be a tight end. Do you feel like you can help them?
I do. I feel like both those guys are extremely talented. Coach Chud is going to do a great job getting those guys prepared, and I think this offense, I think they're going to enjoy it. And as far as the tight ends role with a young quarterback, I think that's true. I think you're closer to him. You're kind of a little bit of a security blanket, and that's something that we hope that we can build that relationship and trust that the quarterback can lean on us as a position group to maybe take him out of a jam or stuff like that. So. At the same point, we feel like we can make some big plays with the guys that we have and the ability to run. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Greg, even with your past, with Chud, this one-a-day workout thing, is that going to be kind of tricky to get up to speed for some of these new faces here on this team?
Yeah, there's no doubt, we're going to play catch-up, but I think guys have really embraced that challenge and are excited to get to work. Obviously the offseason was a little different this year and a little up in the air with the uncertainty, but I think guys are excited to be here. I know I am. There's a lot of work to be done, but I think that's also exciting. There's no monotony. There's no, sitting through everything you hear. It's the first time you're hearing it, and it's exciting. Each day you show up, there's a new wrinkle, there's a new install sheet, and that makes it fun. It makes it fun to show up to meetings. It makes it show, walkthroughs, practice. It's constant change, and I think that makes it enjoyable.
Greg, Marty Hurney said that, anytime you get a chance to get a guy who's a perfect fit, and he called you a perfect fit for the system, you go after him. Do you feel like the same way that this is a perfect fit, this offense?
I do. When I found out that this was in the works, this was one of the teams that I would have picked. This was, from obviously because of Chud, but just the system. I think the environment here, Coach Rivera, I didn't have the opportunity to play with him in Chicago, but I got to Chicago after the Super Bowl in '07 when he had left to go to San Diego, and all the defensive guys, all they did was talk about him. What a great guy he was, not just as a coach, but as a person, as a leader. And that word travels fast through the league. And, when guys found out I was being traded out here, the guys in Chicago, the first thing they all said is, you're going to love Coach Rivera. He's not going to take any nonsense, but he's going to be a good, fair coach. You're going to respect him. He demands the respect. So from day one, that was pretty clear, the respect that people had for him. obviously the relationship that I had in the past with Shockey and Coach Chud and at that position. So I agree. I think it's a great fit, system-wise, personality-wise. I'm excited to be here in Charlotte. I've never been here before, but I've heard awesome things about it. And, just excited to be a part of the community and get rolling here and win a lot of games.
You got a pretty ringing endorsement from Steve Smith when he reported saying this is a guy I wanted to be drafted when he was drafted, and he kind of joked with Marty about when you were acquired.
Yeah.
What's the history with Smitty?
The first I met him, he's yesterday at the dorm. Obviously, he's one of the best to ever play. Him lined up outside, that makes it easy for guys like us. And those safeties got to move a little off those hashes a little bit. You're not gonna really squeeze that middle too much with a guy like him on the outside. And I think, with him being out there and doing what he's done for years, is going to make our role inside a lot easier. And I think it's going to be, I think it could be pretty special.
What are your thoughts on Cam Newton and his ability to extend plays and maybe you?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard.
He's got a lot of physical tools.
I don't know if you've ever, I don't know about you guys, I don't know if you've ever really seen an athlete like him. Obviously, watching him on TV is a lot different. You see him in person. Granted, we didn't do a whole lot today, but you can get a pretty good feel fast for athletes and what they're capable of. And, he just has that something about him. He's got that confidence. He's a great kid, just in the short time I've met him. Physically, kind of goes without say. So I think, I think our young core group on the offensive side of the ball has a real good chance to be together for a long time and do some special things.
Hey, Greg, how do you process the fact that you're in the NFC Championship game with the Bears, and now you come to a team that was 2-14 and is obviously rebuilding?
It's all right.
Why did you do
I think it's an exciting challenge. I think, like we said last night was said pretty clear in meetings. What happened last year isn't any of our concern. I had no concern with it coming in here. It is what it is. 2 years ago, we had the best record in the NFC. So it's pretty similar team with, both running backs, D'Angelo and Stewart, both ran for 1,200 yards. Never been done before. Both those guys are still on the team. That offensive line is one of the best in the league. They've been together for a long time. So, I mean, the pieces are in place. I think with this leadership of this staff and the effort they put in this offseason to keep this group of guys together and then add a few of us to the mix to hopefully help out a little bit, I think just shows the commitment that they have here. And I think that trickles down to the players that we're excited to be a part of this team, and we expect to do good things, not 2 years, 3 years down the road, but this year.
Greg, you signed a contract extension too, I guess, and
Yep.
so you really are fairly.
Yeah.
Was that kind of a big deal to you
Yeah.
to have that happen and know you'll be here a while?
Yeah, it kind of gives you, it makes you feel that the team wants you, and that was something that, as a player, as a person, is always nice that you feel wanted. This, Carolina made it clear that they wanted me to be a part of them, and the feeling was mutual. So I'm excited to be here for hopefully the rest of my career and win a lot of games and play with this group of guys that we have here. So I agree. Back like we said before, I feel like it's a perfect fit, and I'm really excited to be here.